Everyone's favorite movie star and writer and director, Alan Alda, was in Dallas recently to promote his latest slice of American life comedy, Sweet Liberty. Alda wrote and directed the film and stars in it, too, as a college professor whose exactingly accurate book on the American Revolution is being made into a Hollywood movie. When Hollywood takes over this small college town, everyone's reality changes. Here, Alda and co-star Michael Caine, who plays a thrill-seeking actor who plays the British officer Colonel Tarleton in this movie within a movie, go for a rather eventful trip.
You know what my problem is? The way they smell. The perfume of their skin, it's so intoxicating. I told my wife I'd never even look at other women if only I could cut off my nose.
What did she say?
She said I was aiming too high.
Actually, one thing I have noticed about your films is that you seem to like to explore the ways in which people perceive the same set of circumstances very differently, with their own interpretations of reality.
How do you function? How do you get through life when everybody around you has this cockeyed idea of reality? And you know it's cockeyed because it's not yours. Anything that's not, you know, I mean, that's what we're all stuck with. We're all stuck with one another. Also, I think what the guy I play has to finally learn by the time the movie is over, if he's going to survive at all, is that different people have different ways of looking at things, and he has to learn how to negotiate with other people, some kind of middle ground.
Actually, I'd wondered if you'd seen this as a constant theme in your work, the difficulty that men have in opening up, getting close to someone, being vulnerable.
I'll tell you what I think is a constant theme in the things I write. But I may be wrong about this. You may see it better than I do. I really mean that because I'm very close to it. I'm trying to understand how people do what they do to each other and why they do what they do to each other. It interests me to just explore that, to see why we can't get along a little better.
In the interest of better relations and equality between the sexes, Alda has for a long time been one of the staunchest supporters of the Equal Rights Amendment and women's causes in general. Does this commitment translate over into the roles you write for women in your films?
I don't think I write women who are there simply as the love interest. I think that they have, or as supporting, as people who are just there to give emotional support while the real story takes place someplace else. The women I observe are not standing by while the men do the interesting stuff. Everybody's doing interesting stuff in what I see in life, and I just try to put that on screen. I try to see what's there. But I hate messages, and I hate propaganda. And I think the proper place for that is in a political speech or an essay. I have made political speeches where I said what I thought. But that doesn't mean that I do it when I write a movie. I'll spend an entire draft. I'll spend weeks going over a script, taking out all of the stuff that sounds messagey. I try to be ruthless about that.
Alda may be ruthlessly hard on himself when writing, but the final script has a natural ease that makes the craft seem simple.
As a director on Sweet Liberty, I really feel like and as a writer, I feel like I accomplished something that I had never been able to accomplish before. I think that this picture is much more complex, although I think it carries you along in a simple, lighthearted way. The ability to be lighthearted and still tell a complex story and cover a lot of complex emotions and always keep them chuckling all the way through is something that I didn't know I was going to be able to do. And I feel terrific that I could do it.
You did.
I think I did.
Yes. This is Kenny Littlefield reporting for About Town.